So most doctors and dermatologists are confused about eczema. They don't know exactly what causes it. So for my own research and my expertise in what causes disease, there is one system that is very important to understand and know and keep in mind and work with if you suffer from eczema. So I don't want to make eczema simplistic. There are many different systems at play. So there's no one thing that's going to express eczema, and that's the blueprint, and everybody kind of interacts with that blueprint the same way. That is not true. There are a lot of different aspects to eczema. There are genetic precursors, there are environmental, dietary, and if they come together with the catalyst of stress, then we can see the formation of eczema. So first, let's talk about what eczema looks like. So eczema is this rash, and we see a lot of redness and ooziness. Eczema is basically comprised of skin lesions that cover the body, and these lesions are red and painful and itchy. So to kind of understand eczema, let's look at the skin. The skin is a membrane. It's a breathable membrane, and it's also our largest organ. What skin does is it helps support waste removal from the body. That is one of its main functions. It has many more. So the skin breathes. It protects us from the outside. It's part of the immune system, and it helps the body expel waste through sweat. And it has these glands and sweat glands that produce sweat, and through that sweat our bodies can basically take the waste that can't be expelled or is hard to expel from the kidneys, and it pushes it out. So when we see a lot of this redness and this inflammation on the skin, we have to look at our basically waste system, the body's immune system. So we have to look at the kidneys because they handle a lot of this waste. Kidneys help to purge waste from the body. And when the kidneys are overwhelmed or they're not performing to their highest degree, it could be because of stress, a lot of times it is, but it could be dietary, genetic, and so forth. Then the skin takes over because the skin is also part of the eliminatory organs of the body. And the skin is known in our naturopathic circles as the third kidney. So the two kidneys are really intensely working to get the waste out of the body, and they need help, the skin will take over. When we have eczema, what this means is that our body is simply overwhelmed with the waste it has. So all of us have waste, but how efficiently are we removing that waste? How much waste are we putting in because of our diet, emotions, chemicals, and how much are we getting it out? If we have really good eliminatory systems, then maybe we can get away with more waste and it's, purged efficiently. But if we don't, then a lot of this waste gets stuck. And so all of the systems are overwhelmed. And in eczema, you see exactly that. The waste system of the body is compromised and it's causing inflammation. So what to do when this happens, when you have eczema? Well, you have to work on your waste system. You have to look at your lymphatic system, which is the waste system. And it's basically this lipidy liquid system that runs alongside the blood and helps to expel all of those toxins, all of those metabolic acids, the waste that our body doesn't need. You can think of the blood as the kitchen and the lymphatic system as the bathroom. So the cells get all the goodies and all the nutrition from the blood, and they remove their waste and send it off through the lymphatic system. So working on your lymphatic system and your kidneys is paramount when you have any issues, any disease. That is paramount. For eczema, that is essential. So lymphatic system and the kidneys. Everything else is also related. So when you clean your kidneys and lymphatic system, you're going to clean your liver, you're going to clean the endocrine system. Everything will be supported. And this is not to say that the gut or the liver or the endocrine system don't play an important role in eczema formation. They do. But without proper elimination of waste, all of these systems become weaker. And so we can pinpoint to, the gut not working really well, or the liver is clogged, or this or this or that. But it is so because of that inflammation. And when we support our eliminatory channels, the kidneys and the skin and the gut, which is the colon, and everything moves regularly, meaning we go to the bathroom regularly, we sweat regularly, we move, we support lymphatic drainage. So when we support kidney function, that means we give the body exactly what it needs to then be able to purge the lymphatic system well, because the kidneys act kind of like filters. And if the filters are stuck and clogged, imagine what can come out. So if we kind of untangle that waste, we help that filter, we work with it to do a better job, then it's going to help basically offset a lot of that waste removal through the skin. So when we have eczema, the skin is struggling to keep up with this waste removal. So the kidneys are struggling, and then, the kidneys are, hey, skin, help me with this waste removal. I really need support. So the skin comes to the rescue, but there's just so much of this acidic waste, and you can see that waste. The ooze that comes out of eczema is the lymphatic acidic waste. So how can we support the body to do what it's supposed to do, to eliminate acids, toxins, waste really well? Well, we support the kidneys, the lymphatic system, the skin, all the eliminatory organs with food and herbs. So I recommend an alkaline diet for removing of the waste, for supporting the system and energizing the cells so they can help remove and make these eliminatory pathways stronger. So to detoxify the body, we have to have eliminatory systems that can do a proper job of detoxification. So what we do is we give it the most energetic, the most nutritious, the most light, and the most cleansing foods in nature, and that is the alkaline food groups, which is the fruits and the veggies. And to kind of support those systems, herbs come into play, because herbs are organ specific, whereas diet is holistic. It helps to support the whole system. Herbs are very organ specific, so we work with lymphatic herbs, with kidney herbs, with gut herbs, all of those things to get the body to a level where it can purge this waste. And the more you see this healing happen, the less you see eczema on your body. And that is the key to healing it for good. So there is a cure, and the cure is to help your elimination organs, your kidneys, and the lymphatic system, which is the waste system, move better, work better. And if you need any help and need to understand what the alkaline foods are and how you can start with implementing the alkaline diet, you can find my alkaline food list, which is free, in the description below. I hope this video shed some important insight into what eczema is. It gave you a bit more understanding, so you're not confused and you're not thinking it's a skin issue, because it isn't. The skin is part of this big system of elimination. And so when you understand that, you're more empowered and you know exactly what you need to do. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Now that you understand what causes eczema, you have the right tools to actually reverse it for good. Subscribe if you want to. You can learn a lot about what holistically it entails to reverse eczema for good. So it is a physical, emotional, and mental journey. And if you stick with me, you can learn more about how to do this step by step and to become empowered to do it yourself. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.